Yeah. So I think one of the things that I have realized in like the time that I've had this business is that the way like context to how we define things is really important. So I think the first thing is, how do you define wealth? And not looking at it for like, okay, I'm going to go to Google and type in that. But I mean, sure, go do that. But then like once you've like got this information and figured out like what are the different ways that all the people have defined wealth, how is it that you define it? Because I think really being clear on what that looks like is going to be super important. So for some people, wealth is, like having a retirement fund. For some people, wealth is like feeling like being able to live in the moment and create that wealth in the present moment. That's not like a tangible thing that's like that you're saving for like the future. But how you define it is what's really important. In terms of like when you start, I think that you start as soon as possible. And the reason why is because I feel like if you start early, in terms of like your traditional idea of wealth, if you're saving money, there's compound interest, and like we love that, right? The magic of that, because you're building in the time, right? So all of that, so that's why. But time, but also it means that like if you're able to get really strong clarity and be open to changing your definition of wealth in anything, it allows you to say, this is how I define wealth today, and understand that it could change as your life circumstances change. But then living in that truth in the present moment allows you to then like have the experience of wealth, because you are embodying it through your everyday actions. And so in terms of that, like that's like kind of a very like vague, abstract way of defining it. And for anyone who's like, oh my God, can you please give some context? Like the way that sometimes I define wealth in terms of what I do with my clients is defining like, what is the end game in mind? And so is it like, I want to like have this business and then have enough money so I can retire at this age, and then creating the plan of that so that they're able to do that? Is wealth defined as like being able to then build this business so that you can hand it down to the next generation? However you wish to define that wealth, like define it and then start building the plan towards creating it. So if for you, retirement is the destination, retirement at 55 is the destination, and you're 25, the sooner you start saving for that, the better you're going to be, because as I said before, you're going to leverage compound interest, and your life circumstances will change as you get older. If you're someone who's 25, who's single, 10 years later, you could be 35, married with 2 kids, and your situation is going to be very different. So really just trying to honor your definition of wealth and being open to the redefining of it as you see fit is really the way that I think wealth is created.